I've been playing Pokemon Legends Arceus for about 5 hours now, and since I'm not streaming or recording it, and I need to get on this trend somehow, let's do this. Here are my first impressions of Pokemon Legends Arceus in a largely unscripted ramble. I only have like 30 minutes to record this if I want to have enough time to edit, so let's make this quick. So, first thing that jumps out at me, since when is there time travel in Pokemon? I realized while editing that, Celebi exists. Sorry, I'm stupid. I was like, okay, picking my avatar and stuff, okay, I'm talking to God, alright, that's interesting. Wait a sec, is that is that a smartphone? And actually, at first I thought I might have been traveling from the real world into the Pokemon world, in Hisui, but I realized that, no, that's a phone that is clearly labeled with Pokemon stuff on it, so yeah, I am just traveling from the modern Pokemon world, wearing my t-shirt and short shorts, into the Hisui region, and then I just fall from the sky, and it's awesome! And then I'm greeted to these 3 Pokemon that I have to catch. It's a catching tutorial that for once I actually need, because, you know, I normally know how to catch a Pokemon, but this is very, very different. Oh, actually, on that note about catching Pokemon though, I do have one issue with it, and that is that there are some Pokemon that you need to get into an encounter with in order to catch them, but you don't actually need to get into a fight with them, you just need to enable the fight and spend an extra 2 minutes just throwing the Pokeball when you don't actually need to lower their health at all, and that's just a weird quirk to me. I don't know why they force it to be like that, but anyway. So, once I got into this game a little bit, I realized, hang on, I just tried to fight that guy with my fists. To give a bit of context, in case you are watching this without having played the game for some reason, there is a moment where you have to fight Commander Komodo, the leader of the Galaxy team, and you have to take down, and you actually fight him, I'm sure you battle him at some point, I haven't gotten there yet, but he says, alright, show me what you're made of. Face me in head-on combat. And that was weird. And then I'm given 2 choices, to try to throw him or to charge at him. And then I realized he doesn't mean fight him in Pokemon. He means just like actually fight him, hand to hand. And that's hilarious. But there is one problem with that, and that is that they didn't show it. That is one of Pokemon's weaknesses these days, because they're using 3D models, which the animation is more expensive. They usually go with simple animations, which often means saying what happened, but just blacking out the screen. Also, speaking of blacking out the screen, okay, no, I don't know how these 2 things are related, actually, but yeah. The art style is incredible. The graphics themselves, specifically the frame rate, yeah, they could be better. A lot better. The frame rate is, for most of the game, the frame rate is good enough that it doesn't matter. But, occasionally, the frame rate is noticeable. There is a noticeable frame drop after every loading screen. And that's frustrating because this game doesn't do the Breath of the Wild thing where the entire area is open and the only loading screens are like going into shrines. There are lots of loading screens throughout this game. Every time you enter a building, it's a loading screen, and then it goes down to about 2 seconds per frame for a little while. And that's not good. But, anyway, back to the positive stuff, because this game is so good. I have never before been scared for my life in a Pokemon game. But when I saw this cool giant Rapidash off in the distance and tried to sneak up on it, well, that was awesome. I was trying to sneak up on this Rapidash, thinking that maybe I could catch it, or actually, no, I think there was an item next to it that I hadn't seen before, so I wanted to try and grab it. So I saw it, and I started going up, and then I saw an 8-foot-tall, giant, flaming horse just standing there, and then I caught its attention. Oh crap, it looked over at me, and I was just like, welp, guess I'll die now. Because, Rapidash is very fast and very strong, and this thing was level 40. This thing had my attention, and I had no choice but to uncrouch and book it away from that thing. I, an immortal dark-type disaster hybrid, was scared by a Pokemon game. Because this game is so good. The sense of adventure and childlike wonder is something that I have only ever gotten in one other game. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. That game, as I'm sure all of you know, is incredible, and it's open world, and it encourages you to just look around, seek out everything. And it's open world, and you can do anything, and you're supposed to do everything. And so because of that, when playing it, I was like 10 for context when I was playing that game. So I was looking around, trying to find everything, because I had that sense of, childlike wonder in me. Because that's another thing. This game encourages you to complete the Pokedex. That's your key objective. God texts you very early in the game, seek out every last Pokemon. So you're doing that, and you have to catch a bunch of each of them, and defeat several of them, and see them use certain moves, in order to actually get their Pokedex entry. You don't need to just get one, so you can't just wait until home comes out, transfer in all of your Pokemon, and then just, bam, complete Pokedex, right there. You have to go out and adventure using these Pokemon, and catch every Pokemon, and fight every Pokemon, and use every Pokemon, and it is so cool. While we're talking about Breath of the Wild and how similar this game is to it, I've been alternating between this game's music and Breath of the Wild music throughout this whole video so far. And I'm gonna bet that you haven't even noticed. Because this game's music, it has its quirks and its charms that are unique to it, but it is so similar to Breath of the Wild music. And some people might think that's a bad thing, they're just copying it. Breath of the Wild is my favorite video game ever made. If I can get kinda just Pokemon Breath of the Wild, I want to play kinda just Pokemon Breath of the Wild. Cause Breath of the Wild is my favorite video game ever made, except for maybe Minecraft, I don't know. And Pokemon is my favorite game series. So, of course, I want those two things to meet, and this is basically that. Okay, alpha Pokemon scare the crap out of me. I already told you about the time when I was hunting down a Rapidash, and it was a giant alpha Rapidash, and I was terrified of it. That was not the only time that happened. Like, when I was on my way to the Cleavor interaction, I saw this alpha Babero, and I was like, why am I scared of a Babero? And then it looked over at me with these bright red eyes. Red eyes, take warning. And it moved toward me. And I was just like, well, crap. I'm not gonna be able to beat this thing. But also, this allowed for it's already my favorite moment in any Pokemon game, heck, maybe even in any game, ever. It was like a moment in Breath of the Wild. I'm sorry that you're not gonna have footage for this, I'm not gonna try and find some, but it's like in Breath of the Wild when you are hunting a Hinox, and you see it there, and it's asleep, and you manage to get right up next to it, crawl on top of it, steal its weapons, and then wake it up and use those weapons to gouge out its eye. It was like that. I saw a level 30 Alpha Cricketune, and it was just standing there, and it couldn't see me, so I crouched down, approached it slowly, pulled out a heavy ball, looked at it, got point blank right at the back, and threw my heavy ball as, like, I didn't think I'd be able to get it. It was a Hail Mary. And then I got it in one Pokeball. I've been playing this game for several hours since then, and that is still my highest level Pokemon. And it was so cool, and that is what they should have done in Sword and Shield with the strong spawns. Oh crap, okay, I only have 6 minutes left to finish recording this before I have to start editing to get this done in time. So, I have 2 points left. First point, very quick, this game is hilarious. I love this game's sense of humor so much. I don't need to fully go into it. I'm probably putting up footage of it right now, and if I'm not, whatever. And, oh, actually, I shouldn't tangent onto this, but I'm going to anyway. So, there's the Diamond Clan and the Pearl Clan. The Diamond Clan believes in Almighty Sinnoh, who they believe to have created the universe using its control over time. And then there's the Pearl Clan, which believes in Almighty Sinnoh, and their version of Almighty Sinnoh created the world using its control of space. That is very obviously the Diamond Clan worships Dialga, the Pearl Clan worships Palkia, and they think they're worshipping the same creature. Okay, last point, and I hate to end on a low note, but catching Cleavor. Not catching it, actually, you can catch it, but oh, that Cleavor fight. That was a disaster. So, the good parts first. It was a really cool spectacle. You got to it, but then you had to go all the way back to base to figure out how to handle this thing. And you are given this balm that contains its favorite food that you throw at it, the same way you throw Pokeballs. And that's cool, and then you go back, and on your way back, you are given a Weird Air, and finally get the chance to ride Pokemon and go way faster, and it's great. And then, once you're on Weird Air, it takes like 5 seconds to get back there, which is really good, because otherwise it would have taken me 5 hours, because I would want to explore everything. So, you are looking, and so you're on Weird Air, and you go, and you get to the Cleavor fight, and then it sets you up, and you think, well, I'm dead, because this thing is glowing yellow with the Arceus symbol behind it. And it yells, swinging its axes, and then it attacks you. And then you throw some bombs at it, get it into a fight, weaken it, and throw some more bombs at it. And then this happens, like, 4 times, and then you win. It was an awesome spectacle, but there was nothing to it. Like, it was the first boss. I'm sure the later bosses, the later, fancy, noble Pokemon, I'm sure later on they're going to be a lot stronger. But, like, man, that fight could have been so much better if it was actually challenging and not just spectacle. But anyway, that may have been bad, but overall, this game is so much fun, just exploring every nook and cranny, and I really have to go now, so, see you later, Absolites, bye!